Yeah.
The halves, the combos, they keep changing every couple of weeks. How is you can't get any consistency?
Well, that's Woodsy. Particularly in the halves, you've got to have continuity and form combinations. And at the start of the year, they dropped to make what Cogger started on the bench. They got rid of Gamble, Cogs in. Then they dropped Hastings. Now he goes back. It's just too much. It's too much. And the other thing it does, it leads to uncertainty, instability on the field. Because I look at some of the Knights boys today, and there's an error, and you can see like they drop. You know, if blokes around you being dropped, it leads to that sense of instability. It's very, very hard. Kalyn Ponga, he ended the game with a hip injury. He left in a moon boot. They're saying it's a foot injury. Mate, geez, that's a
moon boot.
Clem, you've played inside with and without Kalyn. That's a monumental blow.
Yeah, he's such a great player. You know, he gives you a lot of confidence in the footy side when he's on, and you know, losing him it's going to be big for him. You know, but they've got a young kid there, Will Price. They brought over from the Super League.
Yeah,
he's I've seen him play a fair bit. He looks lively, and you know, he probably gets his chance maybe in the coming weeks if Kalyn's out.
He's looked very, very good playing in the lower grades. Leon Price is young bloke. Leon, of course, was a great player in the English Super League. A little moment at the back end of the game. You shouldn't laugh. Reid Mahoney and Reid Mahoney and Jack Hetherington. They got in a bit of a push and shove on the field. Jack got sent to the sin bin. He was very slow walking off the field. I think he was waiting for Reid, and then it's hard to know with Jack. He had the smile on his face.
Punch him in the chest.
Yeah, a bit of a.
He gave him one in the chest.
Really?
Oh, Reid, he shit himself. Reid shit himself when he came at him.
Yeah. Float like an elephant, sting like a moth.
Yeah, and he goes off.
Yeah, mate, I'll tell you one thing about Jack Hetherington. I got a mate who coached him in rugby league. If there's one bloke you don't want to tangle with, it's Jack Hetherington. So, Jack, you're not at fault. You're perfectly fine. Now, my Maccas I'm loving at the moment was the performance of the spine of the Broncos in their win over Canberra. I reckon it was the best performance from a combination of playmakers this season. Ezra Mann, Reece Walsh, Billy Walters and Jack Madden was fantastic. Great performance.
They came out, they blew the Raiders off the park. But also, too, as good as the spine was, this bloke was electric, and he is an absolute superstar. I know we keep saying it all the time. Billy Walters, he's getting better and better each week. But they're just, I like their thought. Jensen, Carrigan, I thought they were outstanding. They really laid a really good platform to let those flashier players, their backs do their jobs, and they wanted what they wanted to do.
Geez, they're good. I thought it was a really dangerous game for the Broncos.
Well, we all tipped the Raiders on Thursday night. Well, we thought it was going to be a little bit closer than what it was, but the Broncos, they just came out. No one, absolute 28 blot at half time.
Yeah, 28 blot, only 45% of possession. Stats coming out of my arse. I've got to stop. I just love it. 34-10 was the Broncos over Canberra. Twal, you blokes play the Broncos this week, but they've got to travel to Campbelltown. Hard to win there.
Seatown.
Yeah, it's obviously a big game for us. You know, we're coming off a couple of losses in a row, so we have our work cut out for us. But you know, I'm confident in what we've built thus far. So just got to rip in this week at training and make sure we tick all our boxes.
Who are you going to go after, Twal, in their forward pack? Who do you reckon?
Payne Haas is back.
You know, I reckon
Payne Haas back?
Carrigan's your man.
Yeah.
I'm a laughing stock.
I thought you were going to say I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm neither. Now, young Chevy Stewart, he got a target. We've got to give him a rap. It was the sort of night it was. Very, very tough to be a fullback. But I tell you what, mate, he should hold his head up. The way he held his game together at the back end. Sometimes in adversity, you get a sight of a bloke and what he's made of, and
that's his second first grade game.
Second first grade game.
You learn from these experiences. We've all had bad games. We've all had shocker games where we've contributed to a loss of the side, but he's going to learn. He's going to learn not to run it straight anymore like that. He's going to, with you being all serious.
You know what? Sticky come out and backed him after
the
game.
Would.
He's 18.
But I think everyone has. We've all had games like that where we played poorly. Yeah.
Mate, those bombs that Jock were putting up
in the rain.
I mean, Gary Judge would have struggled under that.
Yeah. So he'll bounce back.
Jamal Fogarty, boys. Bad night for the Raiders. Torn bicep. Don't know where it stands at the moment. There's a bit of talk about 12 weeks.
Yeah, that's a huge loss for them. He's their main pivot man. All the kicking comes from him. He's got one of the biggest kicking games in the NRL, mate. You've seen him kick a ball. Goes a long way. But the direction on the field, they missed a bit of him for the first part of the season last year, and they just lost their direction on the field. It's hard now with no Jack Whiten there to help. So it's going to be interesting. You're really going to need that young Strange to step up. He's only a kid as well.
Young fella.
So they've got a young spine there, but, Sticky's sticking by him. He said they've got some good leaders around them. Tapani, Papali'i up front. They just need to guide him through this tough time.
They're good in adversity. They've shown that before. 22-6 Panthers over Tigers. But Clem, Twal, I tell you what, 22-6 was no indication, in my opinion, of the contest. Really tough game, physical. I like the way you blokes moved the ball early in the game. Moved it out of yardage. Well, that was good. Tell you who's coming into his own. John Bateman's getting back to his best football. A half-play mad, but that's the way he rolls.
Yeah, he's very unpredictable, John. We just let him get the ball and do his thing. But, we're lucky to have him. He's starting to get fit. He started a bit later in the pre-season because of the test matches and injuries as well. So, he's finding his form.
Hey, boys, one thing with Appy, so crafty out of 9, honestly, when you play against him, you don't know who's going to hit. How do you boys know coming on the board? Do you have little signals or you just time it?
Everyone's expecting to get the ball. If you don't, you're just going to hit you on the chest and knock on.
Twally, how's Benji going?
Yeah, he's going good. He's obviously, doing a really good job, thus far, and I think all the boys are really buying into what he's doing, and I think especially with having such young players coming through like Lockie Galvin and Dream Buller, I think he's been perfect for them blokes like them, and especially some of us blokes that have been around for a while as well. So, can't fault him.